Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our dual credit macroeconomics open house for fall of 2019. I will be your instructor. My name is Emily Juckett. I am based out of Idaho Falls and love meeting you guys from all over the state. So I'm excited to work with you this semester. On the screen, you'll see my name and my email address, as well as my phone number. Please feel free to reach out and contact me when you need stuff. I do lecture in the mornings, so I generally can't really pick up my telephone until about 11 or 11:30. But anytime after that until, say, I don't know, 6 or 7, feel free to give me a call. But a text will always come to me, an email will always come to me, and I can sometimes answer those when I'm in class, or if I'm driving around town, I can get back to you that way as well. I do have office hours in the e-tutoring center for IDLA on Thursdays from 12 to 2, but we can also jump into this space whenever we want to. So I have a reserved sort of classroom here, which is where we are right now, and I can always jump in here with the kid and we can talk through a concept or work through an issue that's really difficult, and share kind of a communal whiteboard and be able to kind of show what the issues are and figure some things out. So let's run through some basics for the class and make sure that we're all on the same page. First of all, some really important dates for you guys this semester. CSI registration needs to happen by September the 27th. It's the same date as the Advanced Opportunities deadline. You have a link in your class to the dual credit website, and you need to go ahead and apply through their new dual enroll system. So if you've already taken a class in the past through CSI, if it was before this summer, you are part of an old system. They're trying to switch over to a new one. So you need to go ahead and reapply. It'll take you 10 minutes as long as it took my face-to-face classes this week. It's really quick, it's really snazzy. Please make sure you're choosing the right section. I teach several sections of dual credit for CSI, so just make sure you're choosing the IDLA section. That way your start dates will match and I can get you the correct credit. Next thing we need to look at is finals week. Excuse me. Finals week will be January the 13th to the 17th, so it is going to be after Christmas a little bit. The way finals work is you're going to schedule that with your site coordinator. So who it is that signed you up for IDLA, they're the ones that you're going to work with. And they will be kind of your eyes on the class in the local. They'll kind of be in touch with you about how things are going. You can go to them with some questions if you'd like. But when it comes time for final exams, they'll have a way for you to sign up for a time to take it. And we'll talk about that a little bit more as it comes closer, but that is controlled at the local level, and you can sign up whenever they have time for you. Just remember that there are no extensions for dual credit classes, so we do expect you to finish on time. That is one of our rules that we have from CSI, that everybody's got to get done at the same time. Next up, for your textbook, the good news is for this year, your book is online and it's free and it's awesome. In the past, students have had to buy a Krugman textbook. That is no longer the case. We rewrote the course last year, and so now your textbook is online. It's through a group called OpenStax, and they're fantastic. They do college-level textbooks for free through Rice University. So there is an online edition that you can access anytime, anywhere, just with a link. There's also a PDF that you can download, so you can have like a file with your textbook on it on your computer or your laptop or something if you'd like that option for you. Like if you're going on a road trip with the family and like to do econ in the car, always an option for you. If you are somebody who prefers a paper copy, Amazon has them for sale. You can always just click through and grab one that way. But I just think it's pretty great. We have it for free for you now, for the most part, as long as you're willing to go paper free. Next up, as you log into Schoology, you are going to be using two things in Schoology all the time. The first thing is this Materials tab. This is going to be the first tab on your screen. This is where a lot of your content and essentials are. Okay, so as you've been working in Schoology already, most of you guys have gotten started, which is wonderful. You've been in this Start Here folder. which is where you ought to start the class. That's where you're going to see the syllabus, the academic honesty contract, the like how to be a person information for IDLA. You'll see your syllabus there and all that sort of things. Also in that folder, you'll see right here this link that looks like a couple of rulers. This link will take you to the eTutoring website. That's where you can go and get a little bit of help. It can help with homework. Here's my eTutoring good and bad news. The good news is there are like 3 other people at IDLA who teach advanced economics. The bad news is we are people and we only staff that center a little bit. You may ask for some e-tutoring help, and you might get a world history teacher who hasn't taken econ since high school. So that resource is available for you, but I always suggest that students reach out to me as well, because I know the assignments, I know the class, and I can get you a little bit more direct help as we're trying to do things. The next thing down here, I'm going to put this in a different color. How about purple? This PDF right here will be your best friend. I went through the course and looked at everything you need to accomplish, and I set you a schedule because my OCD likes schedules. And on this schedule, you will see from the start of the class through 5 games a suggested pacing. Like if I was going to do one thing a day and I was going to spend about 20 to 30 minutes, what would I be doing for dual credit macroeconomics? Now, some of you guys are going to open up a unit and you're going to want to finish it the first, 5 or 6 days, and that's awesome. Some of you guys are going to work on it, Tuesdays and Thursdays and Saturdays, whatever works with your schedule. But on there are some reminders of like, hey, you got to go back and talk on the discussion board 3 times. So make sure you start the discussion board soon enough that you can talk on it 3 times. I do really strongly suggest that students start before the last, 2 days of a unit. You do have flexibility within the unit to do what you want in whatever order on your own time. But I do suggest that, if the unit ends on Sunday at midnight, please don't start the unit on Sunday at like 2 in the afternoon. It is too much work to do in a day. So please just kind of be cognizant of your timing and make good choices. The next PDF down that I added for you is instructions for how to join our Remind class. Now, this is a way that kids can text me and I can send out text to the entire class all at the same time and say, hey, don't forget the unit closes on Sunday. It's Friday. If you haven't started, get to it. Or a way I can blast you guys out and say, hey, we found a course error. This is what you need to do. Or, hey, we're going to do a live tutoring session on, macroequilibrium graphs. Please make time in your schedule at X time, just so that we can all be on the same page. So signing up for that, the good news is you can get 5 bonus points for being in touch with me. And the last thing that's on here is you'll start to see a list of unit folders. You'll see Unit 1, and then Unit 2, 3, 4, 5 will start to populate there as they open. I have set course units to open about 2 days before they quote-unquote begin. So if a unit is supposed to begin on Monday, I generally have it set to open on Friday or Saturday so that you can have a little bit of flexibility. If you know that like during Unit 3 you're going to be really busy, just know you can start it before Unit 2 even ends. So if you finish Unit 2 a little bit quick, you can get started on Unit 3 and have some time there. So you do have a little bit more chance to fit that around your schedule. The other thing that I would really like for you guys to focus on is this update section. Updates are where I'm going to send you some notes every other day or so. Sometimes, you're going to have a week where I send you something almost every day. Sometimes you might have a week where I send you something twice a week. Those updates are huge. Please, always, 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 always read your updates. If they have kind of shrunk down how Schoology likes to process things, please click the View More button so you can get the good stuff. This is where I'm going to give you some basic information about the class. It's where I might say, hey, I know, because I've taught this class for a lot of years, this is a topic that kids struggle on. Here's the essentials you need to know. Here's a little video clip that might help you. Or here's an article that relates exactly what we're studying that would be really great to look at. Sometimes there's extra credit. Hint, hint, please check your updates. that is something to get used to looking at all the time. There's a setting in Schoology where you can turn on or off those updates. If your Schoology is set to where it is not going to email you an update, I would strongly suggest that you check your Schoology settings and have it email you updates so that they pop over to your email just in case you forget to click on it, so you're always aware of what's happening in the class and any information that I give to you guys. So turning in work, there's an update about this, kind of with a little bit of help on how to link in your Google Drive and submit things from Google. But the basic setup is this. Course units begin and end on very specific days. We say a unit opens on Monday morning, it's going to end 2 weeks later on Sunday. They'll be available, like I said, a little bit earlier. When a unit is due, it's due. All of your assignments, your tests, your practice sets, your whatever are all due by midnight. They should be submitted in Word or PDF format. Google Docs kind of works if you download the app within Schoology. If you are working with Google Docs or if you are an Apple Pages sort of person, please use the function where you can save as Word or save as PDF before you submit. Because I'm going to tell you right now, it will not process a Pages file and I won't be able to read it, which means I can't grade it. A lot of tests and a lot of assignments are going to ask you to draw graphs as part of an essay or a written section. Please make sure that you upload those images properly. Please don't copy paste them into a random text box. It doesn't work. You need to use those upload functions and make sure that it is all put together. Make sure your graphs are precise and properly labeled. Go and get those little tiny points and do it right. My best suggestion is this. Start early, submit early. Don't push yourself up until the end of the unit. If you are turning in all of your assignments on the last day or two of the unit, I'm going to get overwhelmed with assignments. I'm not going to be able to give you crazy detailed feedback, and you're not going to have time to fix anything. So if you turn in an assignment and you do awesome, that's great. But if you turn an assignment and you struggle with it, turning it in the last day doesn't give me a chance to get you some feedback and say, hey, you missed this essential concept. You need to go back and relook at it. Here's, where you need to look at it. Here is specifically the questions you need to reconsider. I would love to give you as many points as I can. So you can help me do that, and you can help yourself understand the concepts a lot better if you just get started quicker. I do accept late work at a deduction. So if you turn in work late, I take off a 10% deduction per unit up to 50% off. So let's say you got started on Unit 1 late, you didn't finish in time, you turned some stuff in late. So when we're in Unit 2, you can earn up to 90% credit for your Unit 1 stuff. If you turn in during Unit 3, you can earn 80%, et cetera, et cetera. And that's what I'm talking about, those resubmissions of your work. If you totally screw up an assignment and you need to redo it, if you can resubmit it within the same unit, you can get full credit for that assignment. But if you resubmit it during the next unit, I can only give you up to 90% credit for doing that assignment. So just kind of keep cognizant of the time and of the pacing and help me help you, really. For feedback from me, I do like to try and talk to kids back and forth about your work. Sometimes you're just going to get a like, hey, good job, you're amazing, keep going, you're all set. But sometimes I'll write you some comments and say, hey, this was a really good assignment, except you need to look at like 1B, 3C, and maybe review how to shift supply and demand a little bit better. Or I might give you some hints about how to do things. How are you going to know if I leave feedback? If you open up the assignment, you'll see kind of a conversation column on the right-hand side. If you open up your gradebook, there will also be kind of a little speech bubble, almost looks kind of cartoony, next to an assignment grade. That's how you know you definitely have a little bit of feedback. But you can always within the assignment to see what you got wrong, what you need to fix, and how to get better at that assignment. I have some kids who never talk to me on that side. I have some kids who we go back and forth, and that's kind of how we have a conversation about the work within the assignment, and that's completely great. I love that. Any way that we can be in touch that is comfortable for you is what I want to do. So getting help. if you are struggling, please reach out. Don't just tell me that you're fine and you'll figure it out. Don't sit there with a brick wall and be frustrated and grumpy because you don't get something. Please let me know that you need some help. If you are a text person, let's text back and forth. If you're an email person, let's email back and forth. We can arrange a phone call. We can arrange to log into this space that I was talking about right here where we are. And I can pull up a blank whiteboard and say, let's start from scratch. You know, we can do whatever it takes. I'm always available from 12 to 2 on Thursday. Other than that, it's going to kind of be working around life and both of our schedules and when you have time and I have time. But I can generally try and make just about anything. And just remember, I can't just go, hey, number 1 was wrong. You should have put 24. I can't just give you the answer, but I can show you the concept. I can work you through an example that's not the question you're trying to answer. I can send you a link video that like nails down a concept that you're just not really sure about. We can talk about it and get you as close as possible, but you got to get that final answer and show me that you understand. So let's work together and get you where you want to be this semester. Parents, just as a note, they have the ability within Schoology now to have you set up a portal account, which is really cool. What it means is that you have the ability to log into Schoology and be part of what's going on. In your course enrollment email, I kind of put a little screenshot of what it looks like. There's a link to a parent portal, and a lot of parents are like, man, that sounds kind of annoying. But if you sign up for that, what it's going to give you is you can get those emails with updates. You can log in and see what your student is up to, what their work is like. You can see our comments back and forth. You can see, hey, my kid is really good. He's done with the unit. He's got a 95. Everything is great. You can also see, hey, my kid has done 0 work. I need to get on top of them. It's another way that kind of we can all be in touch with each other about what's happening in the course. Pretty much the only thing you can't do is comment on a discussion board or submit an assignment. But you can see the course materials. You can see what's happening in the class. So if you're looking a way to be a little bit more clear about what's happening for your kid and what their grade looks like, please consider signing up for those portal accounts because I think it's a really great tool that Schoology has allowed us to offer for you. Next up, tech support. I am not a tech person. I'm an econ person. But I'll tell you, our IDLA tech support people are amazing. So their phone number is on the screen. It's also just on our website. And they can fix just about anything. They know what the tips and tricks are for Schoology. They know some kind of common errors that happen with Schoology. They know, hey, I was trying to upload this assignment in this way, and they can go, well, you should have used XYZ. They can talk you through those big problems that you're having, and they're so nice and they're so quick to get back to you. So if you have tech support problems, please don't be afraid to reach out to those IDLA folks. It seems a little scary to reach out to kind of a stranger, but they are wonderful. If you ask me kind of a techie question that I'm not really familiar with, I'm just going to send you to them anyway. I can do the econ questions, happy to answer those. The tech stuff, I'm learning, but the IDLA people are absolutely wonderful at fixing what you need. Last but not least, kids always want to know, what is the extra credit like? Can I have extra credit? Can you just shoot me a couple of points? I can't give you 1,000,000 extra credit points. Come on, you can't do that. But I can give you some opportunities through the semester to earn those points. One opportunity is out right now. If you look at your updates or maybe your welcome email, you can see 2 things that you can do to earn extra credit. During the course of the semester, I will put some other extra credit opportunities out there. They will generally be sort of extension or enrichment or getting ready for exams type stuff that you can do to get ready for what's happening. Yes, there's always going to be a time limit. You can't turn in the extra credit from this week, in January. That's not a thing. So always check, keep up with your updates, keep up with your communications and emails to make sure that if you want those extra credit points, you do them. If you don't do them during the course of the semester and then it comes to final exam time and you're like, hey, can I have some extra points? I'm going to go, well, you had a chance to earn 40 points. You've done 0. I'm not going to feel super bad. So be on top of it as we go through the class. I've built in some ways for you to earn those extra points, but you are going to have to earn them a little bit. So that's all I've got. If you have any questions, please feel free to hang around, ask me any questions kind of either in chat, or I'll pop on the option for you to activate your mic and we can kind of talk back and forth a little bit. I'll be starting welcome calls this weekend. And that's just a chance for me to reach out and give you a call and say, hey, did you either attend or did you watch the open house video? Do you have any questions back and forth about, registration, how the class will go? I promise I'm not trying to call and sell you anything. So if you see my phone number pop up, it's a 00 phone number. It won't be in your contacts, but that's just me trying to be in touch with you to make sure that we're all on the same page. So if you are all set for the night, feel free to log out. It was really nice to meet you guys. If you have some questions, feel free to hang around and we can talk through them. Thanks so much.